What's up, everybody? Welcome to the second edition of the Sunday Summary. All right, we got a few things to get into today. All right, the Norwich game, and then, of course, Man City are banned for 2 years, violating financial fair play regulations, okay? I knew it all along, but don't worry about it. We'll get into it. Let's go. So the first thing I want to get into today, all right, is the Norwich game. I was only able to watch the highlights of the first half, but I did watch the second half. Overall, it was an exciting game. Really, we got to see just good team play, really good team play overall. I have the stats up right now, so briefly, let me get into the stats. So possession for us, we had 63.5% possession to Norwich is 36.5, okay? So that's not really surprising. The things with Norwich is they're good going forward. They're a good offensive side, but defensively, they're trash. They're garbage, really. Shots on target, we had 6 shots on target, they had 1. Now shots total, 17 shots for us, 5 for them. 796 passes, so just under 800 passes for us, 569 for them. Touches. Now going on to passes, we had 620 passes, all right, to their 368. Total tackles, they had more tackles than us, obviously, because they're defending more at the time. They're going to have more tackles. Moving down, they had 33 clearances. They had to get the ball out of the box 33 times. We just kept hammering the ball into the box. They couldn't take it. Right, and eventually we broke through. But it did take a beautiful ball from Henderson and a great finish from Mane in order to get that goal, but I'll get into that in a minute. 7 corners for us, 2 for them total. No offsides. We're still playing smart and disciplined on the offensive end. 1 offside for them, 2 yellow cards for us, 1 for them. 11 fouls conceded for us, though, and 5 for them. Getting into the goal, Henderson with a beautiful ball over the top. Mane, it was just beautifully weighted, the ball through the air. Mane with a great touch, spin, and finish, okay? I thought they were going to call a handball on that or something. I heard the commentator saying there was a handball, but obviously there wasn't. I just don't get what everyone has against Liverpool. Like, why is it such a big deal if Liverpool, win a game and there always has to be some reference to VAR or we only win because of VAR? I just don't get it. One thing I want you guys leave your thoughts in the comments about this, is who's better, substitute Origi or substitute Sadio, right? When Sadio comes on, he just immediately made a difference, right? And I think everyone on the field had a good game, right? Going from the back, Alisson, great saves in both halves, okay? Much needed saves in both halves. You look at Gomez and Van Dijk, quality together. I mean, they're excellent together. And then, of course, Robertson and Trent, they always have good games. Moving into midfield, Keita. I love Keita. I love watching Keita play. I think he has the great ability to play any position. He can play a defensive midfield role. He can drop deep, but he can also go forward and create. And I think that's what he did a great job of today. But Henderson, you saw Henderson coming way back. At times it was Gomez, Van Dijk, and Henderson on the back 3 with Trent and Robertson pushed forward. And it was really just a good game plan in that aspect. Henderson, we've seen this year, Henderson has been more of attacking. He's been in more of an attacking mindset. With that ball over the top, Sadio's making the run. We see that constantly with Mane making runs. We see that constantly with Chamberlain tries to get into the box, Firmino. But just those little chips over the top, when we struggle breaking down a team on the ground, that's what happens. We go over the top and then look at the result. Just a beautiful finish from Mane, beautiful pass from Henderson. Really, I can't say anything bad about that goal. Now, getting into the Man City thing, okay? When this came out, I think I speak for all Liverpool fans when I say this, but I was ecstatic, okay? Not only was I just I was ecstatic about the fact that almost like they got what they deserved, but I'm no expert. How was I supposed to know that they were going to violate financial fair play regulations? But if you look at the numbers, they have spent, 978 million pounds or dollars over the past, 5 seasons? I mean, it's unreal the amount of money they've spent. And when you have that, basically to break it down for y'all, the financial fair play regulations, and this is just like a rough overview, it requires you to balance your budget or balance your books. So essentially what that means is when you spend 100 million pounds, right? You have to take in 100 million pounds or thereabouts, and you have to document it and submit it to UEFA, right? So essentially what this is it was an investigation that went on from around the year 2012 to now. And between the years 2012 and 2016, there were some iffy scenarios with Man City as far as their books, their spending, and their revenue and things like that. So really what the investigation did was look into whether these were fraudulent claims as far as their revenue, as far as their spending, and then balancing their books. And it turns out that there was enough evidence that there was, right? So either their revenue didn't add up, or they were lying about sponsorship deals, or the numbers were just fraudulent numbers. And as a result, they were able to spend more because then they could balance their books with fraudulent numbers, right? That's the whole idea behind it. So who knows how much they really spent that was legitimate, and then what was not. The big thing is that they're suspended for 2 years from UEFA Champions League competition. Okay, there's been talks of them getting their title stripped. They additionally acquired, I think it was a $49 million fine back in 2014 or a year around there. But I think it was $25 million this time. So they have the $25 million fine. They have the potential of getting their title stripped, and then they're banned from competition for 2 years. So if you look at that from a Man City fan standpoint, I can't even imagine. But from a Liverpool fan standpoint, I'm just happy, right? Because you all know that Man City fans, all they wanted to do was win the Champions League. And now they're going to have a rough road getting there this year, and I personally don't think they will. With Laporte out and then Sané not quite healthy, I mean, it doesn't seem like it's going to happen for them. To sum everything all up, Man City, what is happening? Like, why? Everybody knows that Man City spends all this money. They pay Guardiola, $20 million a year, right? That's just ridiculous. I think Klopp was getting 7.5 in his initial contract, and now he's up to around 15, 17, something like that. Why do you need to spend all this money? Obviously, they have the money. They have billionaire owners, and they're rich from oil, so they feel the need to get in there and just spend money to win. And it's worked for them. They won the treble last year, the English treble last year, and now they're looking to make a Champions League run. They have these great players, these great contracts. They have loyalty. They're expanding their fan base. They're expanding their stadium. But that all comes at a price. Liverpool are doing it the right way. And that's really what I want to come around to this, okay? Liverpool owners took over in around 2010, okay? We had some rough patches, some rough years, but we've made good transactions, okay? We sold Suarez, what was $75 million, right? We sold Suarez, okay? We got Raheem Sterling when he was super young for a low fee, ended up selling him for around $49 million to Man City, okay? Coutinho, okay? We acquired Coutinho, I want to say it was $18 million. I could be wrong. Maybe it was like $8.5 million from Inter Milan, something like that. I can't quite remember. But then we sell him for $140 million. I mean, these transactions are all allow you to spend more, right? Because with the financial fair play regulations, if you buy a player and then you sell him, the revenue you get from that counts towards the financial fair play. So any profit you make, you have the ability to spend that. And so we did. We spent it with Alisson. We spent it with Van Dijk. So these are all smart investments. Additionally, the new main stand, right? The new main stand came into effect. That creates additional revenue, more seats, more match tickets, okay? The Champions League win, okay? Back-to-back-to-back Champions League appearances. All this generates revenue, the new TV deals. So we're doing it the right way, and an outsider can look in and can see that Liverpool are doing it the right way. But then you look at Man City, just astronomical amounts of spending. Up to 100 or almost $1 billion, right? $1 billion of spending. Yeah, they've been winning domestic cups and things like that. They've been winning the Premier League. But you look at their spending, like the net spend. That's, I think, and then apparently this German outlet was really the whistleblower that led to the investigation. So guys, let's hone it in, okay? Thank you for joining me, all right? I really appreciate everyone who tunes in every week. It means a lot. Like I said before, it motivates me to make more videos, okay? So let me know your thoughts about the Man City suspension. Let me know what you think about the game yesterday, all right? Just really overall, just a great week for Liverpool in terms of Man City getting the suspension and then the win against Norwich. We only need 5 more wins, guys. 5 more wins. We can only win 5 of our last 12, and we can lose the other ones and still win the league. That's just incredible, all right? And the fact that we've gone, 43 games now undefeated, 43, maybe more, maybe 45, something like that. It's just incredible. Let me know your thoughts. If you haven't already, like and subscribe. It helps me out a lot. Okay? And guys, thanks again for joining me. All right? And I'll see you next week.